Paul Heyman opens up on behind-the-scenes dynamic with Roman Reigns, the men's Money in the Bank winner for this year leaked. Vince McMahon on WWE legend joining AEW. Dominic Mysterio sends a message to Superstar who was recently arrested. Rhea Ripley's title reign is weak. Ricochet sends a message ahead of Roman Reigns' return on WWE SmackDown. Let's jump right into it. The men's Money in the Bank winner for this year leaked. The Money in the Bank ladder match is looking stacked for this year's event, which will take place on July 1st, 2023 in London, England. The current participants of the match include Ricochet, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, Butch, and Santos Escobar. As per the betting odds, LA Knight will emerge victorious in the ladder match. LA Knight, known for his larger-than-life personality, possesses the unique ability to captivate audiences with his charisma and impeccable mic skill. His infectious confidence and captivating promos have made him a standout performer in WWE. Knight's ability to connect with the crowd not only amplifies his presence but also solidifies his position as a top-tier talent who can carry the MITB contract with flair. Fans have been vocal about wanting the 40-year-old to finally get a major push on SmackDown, and it looks like their prayers will be answered soon. As per Cage Side Seats via Beat Online, Knight is the current favorite to win the MITB contract this year. Early odds from Beat Online has LA Knight favored to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, but Damian Priest is also a dark horse contender. LA Knight's relentless pursuit of success is evident in his drive and determination. Having already achieved accolades throughout his career, Knight is eager to further solidify his place in WWE's upper echelon. The Money in the Bank contract presents a golden opportunity for Knight to secure a world championship match at any given time. Knight has been compared to legendary superstars like Stone Cold and The Rock because of his mic skills. This is the perfect time to start pushing Knight if WBE wants to use him as a top name in the company. Though some fans believe that he should get a run with a mid-card title before going after a world championship, Knight has had a storied career, has held the world title in Impact Wrestling in the past. Vince McMahon on WWE legend joining AEW. Vince McMahon formed close relationships with many WWE superstars during his 40 years in charge of the company's creative direction. In 2021, the WWE executive chairman even called one of his longest tenured talents, Paul White, after he joined rival promotion AEW. White, known in WWE as The Big Show, worked for McMahon for a combined 21 years over two spells between 1999 and 2021. The 7-foot giant decided to take up a commentary position and ambassadorial role in AEW because he felt he had nothing left to accomplish in WWE. On a 2021 episode of Talk is Jericho, White clarified that he and McMahon left things on good terms. There's no animosity, there's no heat there at all. He called me, he said, "Congratulations, you're gonna do fantastic over there. You're really gonna help their company. You have a lot to help here." It was a very classy move. White won several titles during his full-time in-ring career, including the WWE Championship twice, WWE World Heavyweight Championship twice, and WCW World Heavyweight Championship twice. The former WWE champion only competed in 6 matches during his final year with the company. His last WWE encounter took place on July 20, 2020, when he lost an unsanctioned match against Randy Orton on Raw. Looking back on his last 12 months in WWE, White recalled how things changed when Vince McMahon started calling him by his real name. "I knew the writing had changed for me and Vince in our relationship because for years I was always Show. In the last year it's been Paul, so that's a subtle thing in his mind where he's already shipping me off to Shady Pines retirement home, you know what I mean? Paul's just a guy, Paul's his friend." The 51-year-old has not competed in a match since defeating Austin Green on the April 4, 2022 episode of AEW Dark Elevation. However, he still plans to return to the ring one day. What did you make of the way Vince McMahon booked Paul White? Let us know in the comments section below. Dominic Mysterio sends a message to Superstar who was recently arrested. Dominic Mysterio is no stranger to being locked up behind bars. Taking to Twitter, he sent a message to WWE star Tony D'Angelo after the latter was recently arrested on NXT TV. During a recent edition of NXT, D'Angelo was interrogated by an on-screen officer for the incident involving Pretty Deadly. The D'Angelo family, Tony and Channing Stax Lorenzo, beat Kit Wilson and Elton Prince in the first ever trunk match at NXT Spring Break in 2023 before tossing them into the lake. This was WWE's way of writing Pretty Deadly off NXT television, as they were called up to SmackDown as part of the 2023 WWE Draft. WWE continued D'Angelo's storyline on this week's NXT as he remained behind bars. Taking to Twitter, Dominic sent a message of solidarity to the NXT star. "Only the strong survived. Tony D'Angelo of WWE," wrote Dominic. Dominic Mysterio has grown into one of the most popular WWE superstars in recent times since joining the Judgment Day last year. However, Vince Russo still can't take Dominic seriously as a WWE superstar. Speaking on on Legion of Raw, the former WWE writer stated that the 26-year-old looked like a kid and was far from being a feared heel. I don't know, he is still. For me personally, this is just me. He is still not somebody I take very seriously. And here's why I don't take him seriously, guys. I'm just being honest with you. I love Rhea Mysterio. I love Dominic. I am talking as a television viewer. He looks like a kid. He just looks like a kid. He doesn't look threatening, said Russo. Dominic will face Cody Rhodes at the upcoming Money in the Bank Premium live event in London. A win against the American Nightmare would be huge for the young WWE star. What did you make of Dominic Mysterio's message to Tony D'Angelo? Sound off in the comments section below. Rhea Ripley's title reign is weak. The WWE Universe believes Becky Lynch is carrying the Raw Women's division, and several have questioned Rhea Ripley's booking on the red brand. The Nightmare won the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. However, she was presented with a new belt on Raw this week and named the Women's World Champion. Ripley has been booked as one of the strongest competitors on the main roster and is often seen squaring off against men in intergender altercations. However, fans believe that her championship reign has not helped the women's division on Raw. On the other hand, some members of the WWE Universe credited Becky Lynch for carrying the Raw Women's division despite not being a champion. A fan shared a tweet stating the same and labeled the man the life of the division right now. The tweet read, WWE are relying on Becky Lynch to carry the Raw Women's division while the actual champion, Rhea, has contributed little to nothing to the division itself since WrestleMania. Take Becky out and that division would be dead in the water. She's the life of the division right now. The post received mixed reactions on Twitter, but everyone agreed that Rhea Ripley should be booked as strongly as Becky Lynch. Fans felt the creative team was not investing enough in Ripley's title reign, weakening her run and compromising the women's division. Many rightly noted that Rhea Ripley is being pushed beyond the women's division, mirroring the legendary Chyna's booking. However, they feel the creative team should not sacrifice the entire women's division for that objective. Becky Lynch defeated Chelsea Green on Raw this week to book her spot in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Earlier in the show, the man cut a promo saying the MITB briefcase is the only prize in WWE that has eluded her so far. Fans are looking forward to her in-ring encounter with Zoe Stark. The latter revealed herself as Trish Stratus' ally and helped the WWE Hall of Famer win her match against Becky at Night of Champions. Stark took it upon himself to extend the feud with Becky Lynch on Raw in Trish's absence. However, her recent promo segment with the man received criticism from fans online, but several were impressed with Becky Lynch and hailed her as the female John Cena after she casually destroyed Stark in their battle of words on Raw this week. Rikishi sends a message ahead of Roman Reigns' return on WWE SmackDown. Rikishi sent a message on Twitter ahead of Roman Reigns' return on this week's episode of WWE SmackDown. The Tribal Chief has been absent from television for a week after missing last week's SmackDown. The week prior, he was presented with the new undisputed WWE Universal Championship and kicked Jimmy Uso out of the Bloodline. With so much drama taking shape within the Bloodline, Rikishi took to Twitter and hinted that if he appeared on WWE television at this moment, the viewership would go off the charts. Too much for TV to handle. The views would go off the charts, #you already know, wrote Rikishi. Wrestling veteran Eric Bischoff recently praised Roman Reigns and the Bloodline storyline. During his recent interview with Ariel Helwani, the former WCW figure stated that he occasionally keeps up with the business side of wrestling and isn't generally interested in the in-ring stuff. Bischoff believes that the Bloodline storyline is the best storyline in the last 30 to 40 years. He said, "I watch occasionally. I keep up on the business side of the wrestling business. I am not interested in what's going on in the ring and on television. I was going to WrestleMania 39 because I thought that the Bloodline storyline was one of the best storylines that I have seen in professional wrestling in 30 to 40 years. It was so well crafted in terms of storytelling and writing, and I loved it. I will be honest, I was a little disappointed when Cody Rhodes didn't get the title." Roman Reigns will be returning to WWE television this week on SmackDown after Jey Uso refused to pick a side between the Tribal Chief and his own brother, Jimmy. Do you think we'll see more twists in the Bloodline storyline? Sound off in the comments section. Roman Reigns cannot be compared to WWE legends like John Cena, Hulk Hogan, or Bruno Sammartino. Wrestling veteran Conan recently explained why undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns cannot be compared to John Cena, Hulk Hogan, or Bruno Sammartino. The Tribal Chief has been dominating this Stamford-based company for several years. After capturing the Universal Championship in 2020, he unified it with the WWE title in 2022. He has now exceeded 1,000 days as the Universal Champion. Several fans and wrestlers now believe that Reigns is the greatest superstar in the company's history. During a recent episode of Keep It at 100, Conan answered a fan's question on whether Reigns is on the same level as legends like Sammartino, Hogan, Cena, Bret Hart, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can't compare him to Bruno or Hogan or Bret or the other guys or Cena because he's a heel. Those guys are babyfaces, he said. Conan's co-host Disco Inferno then claimed that Reigns is a better actor than Sammartino and Hogan. I'll say this, I would say Roman's acting skills are better than Bruno and Hogan. Maybe not Austin and Rock, but bro, the level of like his vignettes and everything, he's far better than Bruno was. Bruno wasn't like an actor, he was just Hogan was like, "Let me tell you something, brother. So yeah, I'd say he's definitely way up there," he explained. Conan has a close friendship with WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. During a recent episode of Keeping It 100, the wrestling veteran praised the master of the 619 for investing in his body like high-caliber athlete. The former WCW star also disclosed that he would like to see Mysterio go head-to-head against Roman Reigns. What do you think about Rey Mysterio vs. Roman? That's a great idea, and I like the Bloodline versus LWO. Bloodline versus LWO would be a good idea too, he said. Mysterio is scheduled to challenge the Tribal Chief for his championship at a live event later this month. Seth Rollins bashed. Roman Reigns has held the undisputed WWE Universal Championship for well over a year to cement himself as the top name in the company. Fans believe that the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is still no match for the Tribal Chief. Triple H unveiled the new heavyweight title on Raw to ensure that there would be two top men's champions in WWE. Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles at Night of Champions to kickstart his reign. Fans have seen Rollins appear every week and prove to be a fighting champion ever since. He recently defended his title against Damian Priest on Raw. On the latest episode of NXT, he accepted Braun Breaker's challenge for the title. Rollins also accepted Finn Balor's challenge for Money in the Bank on this week's Raw. Next week on the Red brand, the Visionary will issue an open challenge. It looks like Seth Rollins wants to prove he is better than Roman Reigns as a champion. He has several title defenses lined up, but has already ruined the outcome of most matches by taking up new challenges. While most fans appreciate Seth Rollins' efforts to make the World Heavyweight Championship the top title in WWE. However, some believe he is overdoing it with the challenges and is still no match for Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief hasn't defended his championship since WrestleMania 39. That has not affected his star power, as he is still the biggest draw in the company. Roman Reigns' storyline with the Bloodline has been shaking up the landscape of WWE for several months. It looks like Seth Rollins will remain a secondary champion in the eyes of some fans compared to the Tribal Chief. The Bloodline has been carrying the SmackDown roster for more than 2 years. WWE has continued to give the men from the faction the top spot on the brand and many premium live events. Roman Reigns has worked hard to build his teammates around him while holding his title. Former WCW executive Eric Bischoff recently praised the WWE creative team for the Bloodline's bookings during an interview with Ariel Helwani. "I watch occasionally. I keep up on the business side of the wrestling business. I am not interested in what's going on in the ring and on television. I was going into WrestleMania 39 because I thought that the Bloodline storyline was one of the best storylines that I have seen in professional wrestling in 30 to 40 years. It was so well crafted in terms of storytelling and writing, and I loved it. I will be honest, I was a little disappointed when Cody Rhodes didn't get the title," said Bischoff. Jimmy Uso recently left the faction after betraying the Tribal Chief at Night of Champions. Jey Uso could follow his brother out soon, and the storyline could set up a major match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Who do you think is the better champion between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in WWE? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Paul Heyman opens up on behind-the-scenes dynamic with Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman opened up on his behind-the-scenes dynamic with Roman Reigns and how it is different from what fans see on television. Ever since Reigns came back from his time away from the company due to the pandemic, the Wiseman has been by his and the Bloodline's side. Reigns recently completed 1,000 days as the champion. According to Wrestling ANC, Heyman talked about his backstage relationship with the current Universal Champion. He said Reigns is very intelligent, and false humility aside, Paul serves as a wise man for Reigns backstage for the human being he is. He also said that he learns from Reigns every day. Roman Reigns is a fascinatingly intelligent human being. Brilliant. All false humility aside, behind the scenes, I serve as wise man for Roman Reigns, for that human being, 100%. But I learn as much from him every day as he will ever learn from me, said Heyman. Heyman went on to say that the Tribal Chief is forward-thinking and he needs to keep up with him. He faces a challenge every day to keep up with his progressive approach. He's forward-thinking, I gotta keep up with him. I'm challenged every day to keep up with the progressive approach that he takes to our industry. He looked at pandemic WWE with a digital audience in a manner that no one else did, said Heyman. The Tribal Chief recently broke many records after he completed 1,000 days as champion. There are rumors that Hulk Hogan could confront Reigns before he breaks Hogan's record. Bully Ray spoke about Reigns recently. He felt that Hulk Hogan should return to WWE to come face-to-face with the man who's about to break his record. You're gonna Hulk Hogan and Roman Reigns face-to-face and Roman saying, I'm gonna take you down. Bully Ray stated, it doesn't matter what they do with it. The fact is, you can have Hulk and Roman, Hulk talking about what is to be that WWE champion and Roman saying, I'm taking your name off the list. I'm knocking you down a peg. You're gonna be number 4. You're gonna sit behind Roman Reigns. Fans want to see Reigns retire Hulk Hogan, and that is the reason these rumors are going around. Only time will tell if Hogan does come face-to-face with Reigns. What do you think about Hulk Hogan confronting Reigns? Let us know in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for